Hello everyone, this is the session 9 in the series of engineering mechanics. So earlier in our 8 sessions we have discussed about forces, force system and basic principles of engineering mechanics. Now in this session we will be seeing the concepts of beams and supports. So this will be the first video in this chapter. There may be series of videos for this chapter. In the first chapter it has taken almost 9 videos. Similarly in this second chapter we may need similarly some series of videos. Before going into the details of beams and supports, we will discuss what are beams, what are supports, and what are different types of beams, different types of supports, and how the reactions, how are the moments will be there in those types of beams. So we will define a beam. We know in our daily life we know what is a beam. So beam is a horizontal member generally having a transverse load. So a beam is a structural member which carries transverse loading. Generally the loading is perpendicular to the axis of the beam. The load will be transverse to the axis of the beam. There will be a centroidal or a axis of a beam which will be generally horizontal. So the vertical loads are generally vertical. There may be inclined, but generally the loads are vertical. We in our study we only deal with vertical loads. In some cases the loading may be inclined. So whenever the loading is inclined, there will be horizontal components as well as vertical components. So that analysis will be very difficult, and generally we don't come across such cases. So here in our engineering mechanics subject we deal with only forces which are transverse to the axis, that is the loading is vertical. All beams are supported on some supports. So beams will be supported on supports. There are different types of support, that is supports offer resistance to movement and turning called reactions. Whenever we support on supports, the support offer some resistance. It is a common example that whenever there is some loading, there will be some reaction. Whenever suppose some load is placed on our shoulder, we feel the pain. That means there is some support reaction. The shoulder is having some support reaction to the load. So load is trying to compress the shoulder. The load is acting vertically. To be stable, there should be some equal and opposite reaction. That reaction is provided by the support. So there can be two types of reaction. That is generally we call the force reactions and also the moment reactions. Depending upon the nature of the support, these reactions occur. That means the reaction means the force reaction. Generally we call when we say reaction, we mean that it is only the reaction of the force. So the force, there will be either force reaction or moment reaction. That is as we have seen, earlier, the force has two types of effects, that is translatory and also rotatory. When there is some rotatory effect, the moment will be produced. So the body to be stable, if some moment is produced by the force, then there should be some internal resistance which offers for moment which is opposite and equal to the that of applied force. Then only the body can be in stable condition. Similarly, when load is applied on load is applied, there should be some equal and opposite reaction so that the condition of equilibrium is satisfied. Otherwise, there will be the structure will not be in equilibrium, it will not be stable. To be in stable state, the sum of the forces and sum of the moments should be zero. Therefore, when we apply some external force, there will be some internal reactions developed. Similarly, when we apply some external movement, there will be some internal movement which opposes the external movement, and it will offer resistance to the external movement and makes the beam stable. The supports offer resistance against movement and turning. When resistance is offered, there would be a reaction. Suppose if we apply some force, if there is no resistance, there will be motion. So automatically the structure will be unstable. It will be moving. To be static, there should be some equal and opposite reaction. So whenever we apply force or movement, there would be some opposing reactions. When movement is resisted, then reaction force is developed. When the movement is resisted, then a reaction force is developed. That is, when we apply force, the body tends to move. So when we stop that movement, there will be some reaction developed. When we don't offer any resistance, there won't be any reaction. Whenever there is some resistance to the force, there will be some reaction developed. That reaction we call it as support reaction. When there is turning, then a reaction moment is produced. In case of turning moment, or when we say turning, when we mean that a moment is produced. So when there is some moment produced due to external force, there should be some internal force which has to internal moment which has to resist and nullify that effect, so that the body will be in stable condition. That internal reaction, internal moment will be there at the support. At any end of a beam, when we place on a support at one end or at the support, when end is placed at the support, there are three possibilities. That is, there can be horizontal movement. The beam can move horizontally, the beam can move vertically, the beam can turn, or it can bend. So there are three possibilities at any support. That is, horizontal movement can be there, vertical movement can be there, and also some moment of force can be produced. So here it is illustrated as H, V and M. So M is the moment that is possible at support, H is the horizontal reaction that is possible at the moment when there is some resistance to the horizontal motion of the beam. Similarly, when beam is restricted to move vertically, there will be some vertical reaction. So these three are possible at any support. When the vertical movement is restricted, there will be a vertical reaction. Whenever a force is applied on a body, it tends to move it vertically downwards, because we are applying from the top. Above the beam, we are applying some force. That force is trying to translate the beam, but since the beam is in the stable condition, that means there is some resistance offered by the support. Then since the vertical moment is restricted, there is some reaction developed. Otherwise, if we leave it, if we allow the moment to occur, if we allow the beam to move, then there won't be any reactions. Whenever there is some restriction only, there will be some reaction. When we restrain any movement or moment, that is movement or moment, then there will be some reaction and opposite moment will be produced. Otherwise, if we arrest the turning, there will be some movement. If we leave it to turn, if we allow the beam to turn, then there won't be any moment produced. Similarly, if we leave the beam to move, there won't be any reaction. Only when the movement is restricted, then the reactions will occur. When we restrict the turning, then only the movements will produce. So when the vertical movement is restricted, then vertical reaction RV force is developed. Vertical reaction is nothing but the force. Generally we call it as reaction. When we say reaction, it is force. So reaction units will be automatically the force units, that is newtons or kilonewtons. When horizontal movement is restricted, then horizontal reactions RH force is developed. When turning is resisted, a moment M is developed. When we stop or when we restrain, when we arrest the turning, then there will be some moment produced in the beam. Here we have to keep in mind that when we are dealing with beams, we are not applying any horizontal load. So therefore, we do not deal with horizontal reactions. So when there is no load, there won't be any reaction. So whenever we deal with beams, we are only interested in vertical reactions and movements. There is no question of any horizontal reactions or calculation of horizontal reactions, since we don't have any horizontal forces. Maybe in your higher design classes, you may come across some horizontal forces like wind forces or any seismic forces. Then we consider the horizontal reaction. Till then, we are only dealing with axial transverse loads which are perpendicular to the axis. So we are only dealing with the vertical reactions and also the movements. So our study or our purpose is limited to only vertical reactions and also the moments produced by the forces which are coming vertically. So we have different types of supports, that is fixed supports or simple supports. In simple supports, again there are two types of supports, that is roller support or hinged support. Simple support means simply we are keeping the beam on two supports. Let us suppose this is a beam. Simply it is being placed on two supports without any restraint. Simply we are placing the beam on some support. That is called the simple support. That support may be on a roller or a wheel. That is generally we come across them in case of bridges, bridge girders there. Generally we don't come across in buildings and other things. Similarly, second is called hinged support. That is where hinge, you know what is a hinge? A door hinge. We have seen daily, in our daily life we see hinges. That is, hinges are which allow to rotate. They don't allow any translation. Roller support. When roller support is provided, a beam can move horizontally and free to rotate. That is, beam cannot go down because some support is below the beam. Therefore, the beam cannot move in vertical direction. but it is free to move horizontal direction. That is, we have seen some gates which are placed on rollers. We push the gates so that those gates they are similar to beams which are placed on two rollers. So whenever horizontal force is applied, they move. So as I said, when movement is not restricted, there cannot be any horizontal reaction. That is why similarly it is free to bend. There is no restriction of on at ends, that there is no restriction to bend, to turn. Therefore, on a roller support, horizontal movement is possible. Similarly, turning is also possible. Therefore, there cannot be any horizontal reaction or an internal movement. Therefore, only one reaction is possible. That is, only one movement, that is vertical movement is restricted. Therefore, there will be only one reaction, that is RV, that is vertical reaction. Here we can see, since vertical movement is restricted, then only vertical reaction RV force is developed at the roller support. So therefore, roller support has this properties. That is, at roller support we don't have any horizontal reaction, we don't have any movement. Only we have is the vertical reaction. Generally, in our beams, and we don't have any horizontal forces, so we don't deal with roller supports in normal conditions. So this is a roller support. Here this is a beam and which is on a roller support. So there are three possibilities. That is, we have seen at any end of the beam or at any support there can be three possibilities. That is, reaction, vertical reaction, horizontal reaction, and movement. Since horizontal movement is possible, horizontal reaction is 0, RH is 0, and movement is not possible because turning is allowed, so movement is equal to 0, and only vertical movement is restricted, therefore only RV is there. So here in the case of roller, only vertical reaction is there, no other reactions are possible. Hinged support. Next comes the hinged support. Hinge allows only rotation. That means it neither allows it to move in any direction, translate in any direction. Only rotation is possible. If we see our door hinge, we can only turn. We cannot pull the door sideways or we can push it or pull it. Simply we can rotate it. That is, only one turning motion is possible. We cannot either pull it sideways or forward or backward. The hinge allows only rotation. There cannot be horizontal and vertical movements. So a hinge, the beam cannot move either horizontally or vertically because it is held by the hinge. The hinge only allows it to rotate but not move in any direction, in any vertical or horizontal direction. Since two movements are restricted, only rotation is allowed. Automatically, as we know, whenever there is resistance to movement, reactions will be developed. So since two types of motions, that is vertical motion and horizontal motion, both are restricted, there will be RH and RV produced. Since rotation is not restricted, it can rotate freely, therefore there is no question of any movement in this support. So whenever we provide hinge, there will be horizontal reaction, vertical reaction, and movement. As I said earlier, we are not interested in horizontal reactions because we don't have any horizontal loads. Therefore, we can say at hinge only vertical reaction will be there, movement will not be there. Since RH is anyhow it is 0 because there is no horizontal force, therefore there cannot be any horizontal reaction. So here only unknown is RV, that is the vertical reaction. In the earlier case also automatically RH is 0, because even if you provide horizontal force, since there is motion, there won't be any horizontal reaction. So these two, moment and RH, will be 0. That is horizontal reaction and moment will be equal to 0. Only vertical reaction is there. Similarly, at hinge support also there will be only vertical. Only in case of horizontal forces, RH comes into the picture. Fixed support. The beam is rigidly fixed at this support. That is, the beam is held tight rigidly at this support. That is, so that there cannot be any movement or any rotation. So here in this case, the beam cannot move to the left or in the horizontal direction or in the vertical direction. That is, beam movement is restricted. Similarly, there is no provision for any turning. That is, it is held so rigidly that it neither can move nor can rotate. In such case, the beam is that support is called as fixed support. Generally, beam is monolithically cast along with the column at the support. In this case, in case of concrete beams, they are cast monolithically with the columns. So columns and beams are in the cast at the same time. Therefore, there cannot be any. We cannot lift the beam separately. We don't place the beam on the supports. They are rigidly fixed. In case of steel beams, they are either welded or bolted rigidly or riveted. So in any case, the ends are not allowed to move or turn. That in such condition is called as fixed condition. Since all movements and rotations are restricted, there cannot be any horizontal reaction RH and vertical reaction RV and movement M at the support. That is, there cannot, since all the reactions are restricted, there will be RA, because there is RV. There is no vertical movement, so therefore there would be a reaction. Similarly, there is no horizontal translation, therefore RH will be produced. Similarly, there is no turning, so therefore a moment is produced. So all three possibilities are there. They are available at that support. That is, horizontal reaction will be there, vertical reaction will be there, and also moment will be there. At this support, beam is restrained against both translation and rotation. There is no movement of the beam either vertically or horizontally. Also, there is no rotation. Hence RV is there, RH is there, moment is there. That is, moment, since rotation is restrained or restricted, we have some moment developed. Similarly, since we are offering resistance to horizontal movement, we have horizontal reaction. Similarly, since vertical movement is also restricted, we are putting some support, means we are not allowing any vertical sinking. So therefore there will be RV developed. So at simply supported beams, generally we have only the reaction. In fixed beams, we have the vertical reaction and movement. Since RH is not considered, we are only treating that only two reactions, vertical reaction and movement, are possible at fixed support, and at simple support only RV vertical reaction is possible. So we can conclude that at a simple support there can be only vertical reaction, because we are not considering the horizontal reactions, horizontal forces. So we are only considering either vertical reaction or movement. So in case of uh, hinged support or roller support, that is simple support, there will be only vertical reaction. In case of fixed support, there will be vertical reaction as well as a moment. So types of beams, depending upon the fixity at their ends, the beams are classified as simply supported beam, cantilever beam, overhanging beam, continuous beam, fixed beam, and proper cantilever. These are the different beams which are possible. So we will go into the details of simply supported beam. As we discussed earlier, a simply supported beam is a beam which is simply placed on the support. There is no fixity, simply they are placed at the end. The ends of the beams are simply placed at the supports. Both ends are simply supported by a roller or a hinge. Roller or hinge, both are considered as simple support, because only the difference is roller is not having RH, while hinge is having RH. That is, the horizontal reaction is possible at hinge, and also there will be no horizontal reaction at roller. Since we are not applying any horizontal load, whether it is roller or hinge, there cannot be any horizontal reaction. So hinge and roller, in a way, in our condition, when we apply vertical load, they are same. Since there is no horizontal loading is applied, there will not be any horizontal reaction at both supports. Since beam is free to rotate at both ends, no movement is produced. So whenever there is a simple support, there cannot be any movement. So many in our further studies, that is in advanced mechanical problems, that is theory of structures or structural analysis, we come across the moments at the supports. So then we have to keep in mind that at simple supports there cannot be any movement, because there the beam is not restrained, it is free to turn. Therefore there cannot be any movements at the support. Many students I have seen that they simply forget this simple knowledge that at any simple support there cannot be any movement. So when we go further into redundant analysis of redundant beams or continuous beams or fixed beams, then in those cases we should keep in mind that the moments are not available at simple supports. This basic principle we have to keep it in mind, because these principles are repeated again and again in all the subjects of civil engineering, that is in steel structures, in concrete structures, theory of structures, strength of materials, structural analysis, or anywhere we come across the supports, that is simple supports. When simple supports are there, simply we have to make sure that there cannot be any movement. At both supports there are vertical restraints in the form of supports. So vertical supports are there not to allow any downward movement. That is why they are provided. When there is support means it doesn't allow any movement. So whenever there is no movement, there will be automatically some reaction. Hence, vertical reaction at both supports A and B, that is RA and RB, are developed respectively. At simply supported beam, there will be two reactions developed, that is RA at A end and RB at the B end. That is, two support reactions will be there. There cannot be any moments in the simply supported beam. So here, if we see the illustration, this in this figure, W is the weight coming from the top. That is, it is vertical loading from the top. Sorry. The figure is not clear. As we discussed earlier, that there can be only two possibilities, that is movement and reaction. But since it is a simple support, movement at A will become 0. Similarly, movement at B is also equal to 0. So there cannot be any movement. So only reaction RA and RB are possible. So that is why in this illustration we have given MA is equal to 0, MB is equal to 0. So RA and RB, only two reactions are possible in case of simple supports. This in case of simply supported beam. That is, since it is supported at two ends on a simple support, either hinge or roller or simple wall. When we place some beam on walls, it will be a simple support. That is, when we put a rod or a beam, I section or any section or a timber pole horizontally, then it will be a beam. This weight is resisted at these 2 points, that is at A and at B. These 2 points are offering resistance to the weight. That means RA and RB are bearing the entire load. So in our next classes, in our further classes, we will see that this load is shared by this both A and B. That is, RA and RB share the load W. Therefore RA plus RB is equal to W. That is, in next session we will see this type of problems in cantilever beam. So cantilever beam is in case of cantilever, the beam which is having at one end a fixed support and other end is freely hanging in the air. That is, a support, when I hold this beam, let us say this, if we treat this plank as beam, if I hold it with my hand on one side and it is free on the other side, this type of beam we call it as cantilever. When I placed it like this, it became a simply supported beam. Similarly, when I hold it like this and my hands are offering the fixity, then the beam is called as cantilever beam. It is cantilever. That is, this end is free. It is hanging in the air. There is no support at this end. Only one support is there at the other end. This type of beam is called the cantilever. Since this end is, the one end is fixed, as we seen, for fixed end there will be no movement, no translation or no rotation is possible. Therefore, for a cantilever beam, at one end there will be restraints against movement and rotation. The other end is free to move and rotate. So at the free end, since it is free to move and rotate, there cannot be any resistance to movement, neither movement nor turning. Therefore, at free end there cannot be any movement or reaction. Only at fixed end there will be reaction Ra and movement Ma. So at B, if we consider the other end as B, there cannot be any reaction or movement because it is free. There is no resistance to the resistance against either movement or against rotation. At fixed end, there will be reaction Ra and movement Ma. At free end, there are no restraints, hence no reactions or movements are possible. Hence, we can say that in cantilever we have both reaction and also movement. At one end, the other end is automatically there cannot be any reaction or movement. Next comes the overhanging beam. It is a special case of simply supported beam. That is, in simply supported beam, the ends are supported on supports. The ends are placed on the supports. In case of overhanging beam, the beam is supported on intermediate supports. That is, beyond the supports there will be some extension. That is, the beam is projecting beyond the supports. Suppose if I say these are two supports, this portion is extending beyond my hand, that is the support. So then this will become the case of overhanging beam. That name itself suggests that it is overhanging. That is, some portion is hanging beyond the supports. Whenever there can be two possibilities. That is, one side it can overhang, or on the both side it can overhang. If there is no overhang, then it will become simply supported beam. So it is a special case of simply supported beam where the supports are nearer than the actual length of the beam. The distance between the supports is lesser than the actual length of the beam, we can say. So here, if the beam length is L, this distance is D. D is less than L. Similarly, this entire length is L. The distance between the supports is D. The distance between supports is less than the actual length of the beam. Then this condition we call it as overhang beam. Here also we have only the reactions. There cannot be any movement because here the beam is free to rotate, but the beam is not allowed to sink down or move vertically downwards. Therefore, these conditions, there will be only Ra and Rb. Here also Ra and Rb, two reactions will be there, no movements will be possible. For analyzing the cantilever, for analyzing any cantilever or simply supported beam, three conditions of equilibrium are sufficient. Here in case of cantilever beam, simply supported beam and overhanging beam, our basic equilibrium conditions are sufficient. That is, sigma Fh, sigma Fv and sigma m are sufficient. Anyhow, we are not considering sigma Fh. So these two conditions, that is sigma Fv and sigma m is equal to 0, sigma Fv is equal to 0. These two conditions are sufficient to analyze the problems on cantilever beams, simply supported beams and overhang beams. That is why they are called statically determinate beams, because the conditions of static equilibrium, that is sigma Fv is equal to 0, sigma m is equal to 0, are sufficient to solve this type of problems. They are called statically determinate. That is, we can determine their reactions or their unknowns, whatever we want to know, they are sufficient. In case of cantilever, if we see the case of cantilever, we have seen that there is only one reaction Ra and one moment Ma. Because it is fixed, there is Ra and Ma. The other end we have no Ma is equal to Mb is equal to 0, Rb is equal to 0. There is no reaction or no movement. So we have only two unknowns, that is Ra, reaction at A, and movement at A. And also we have two equilibrium equations. So linear solution is possible. And also in case of simply supported and overhang beams, there will be only two reaction Ra and Rb. There won't be any movement. So Ma is equal to 0, Mb is equal to 0. So we are left with only two reactions Ra and Rb and two equilibrium conditions, sigma Fv is equal to 0 and sigma M is equal to 0. Since we have two unknowns and two equations, using of simultaneous equations is possible. So linear solution is possible. Next comes the fixed beams. Fixed beams are some special kinds of beams where it is a type of cantilever beam where two ends are fixed. That is, both the ends are cast monolithically, or they are fixed. They are rigidly held at the both ends. Then this type of beam we call it as fixed beam. So nowadays all the many structures are being built using the frames, that is pillars and columns and beams. Since columns and beams are cast monolithically, in fact cast beams, columns and slabs are being cast monolithically, those beams become fixed beams. Cantilever beams are generally our beams at porticos or shades of the windows. All these beams or slabs are cantilever. In sheds and other things where we simply place the beam above the walls, that is they are not fixed, then they are simply supported beams. Here in modern construction we are constructing the framed structures, that is all the structures are constructed using columns and beams cast monolithically. Then this type of beams are called the fixed beams. So here the both ends are being held. This is the case of cantilever beam where it is free, but here another fixity is provided, so there cannot be any movement at both ends, or there cannot be any rotation at both ends. Here we will be left with four reactions, that is at A also there will be a reaction, at A there will be movement, at B there will be reaction, at B there will be movement. So we are left with four unknowns, but our equilibrium equations are two. These two equations are not sufficient to know the four unknowns. Hence this case becomes the statically indeterminate beam. At fixed end A there will be reaction Ra and moment A. At fixed end B there will be reaction Rb and a moment Mb. There are four unknowns, two unknown reactions. Four unknowns which consists of two unknown reactions, two unknown moments. Since we have only three equilibrium equations, in fact strictly speaking we have only two equilibrium equations, that is Fv and M, sigma Fv is equal to 0 and sigma M is equal to 0. Since we are not considering Fh, linear solution is not possible because four unknowns and two equations can never solve the problem. Similarly, another type of beam is called as continuous beam. Continuous beam is there are series of supports along a beam. So on below one beam there are three or more supports. There can be any number of supports, but if there are two or more supports, that is three and more, then the beam becomes continuous. The end supports may be both fixed, both hinged, with some intermediate supports. So in addition to the end supports, if we have some other supports, then this condition will become continuous beam. In case of continuous beam also, we have here rotation is possible, here rotation is possible, here rotation is not possible, because of these two forces and intermediate support. The case becomes, there will be Ra, Rb, Rc, that is three reactions and two equilibrium conditions. Also at here there will be some moment produced. So at the support there will be, at the intermediate support there will be some moment. So the unknowns have become more than the available conditions of equilibrium. Then this case also become the case of statically indeterminate beams. The unknown reactions and moments are more than the conditions of equilibrium. The linear solution is not possible. That is this simultaneous equation. By solving the simultaneous equation, we cannot solve these problems. Then comes the last type of beam. That is, it is called a propped cantilever. A prop means a support. Prop. The English meaning of a prop is support. To prop means to keep a support. So in the name itself is self understanding, that is self-explanatory. A cantilever which is propped at the other end, at the free end, is called the propped cantilever. That means we have provided yet another support at the free end in addition to the fixed end. At one end there will be fixed end, at the other there will be a simply support. Then here again at the fixed support there will be a reaction and a movement. At free support there will be only reaction. Since we have three reactions and two unknowns, that is sigma Fv is equal to 0, sigma m is equal to 0, sigma Fv is equal to 0, then we have here Ra, Rb and Ma, three unknowns and two available equations. Therefore this is also cannot be solved using the basic principles of equilibrium. This case also becomes the case of statically indeterminate beam. So before concluding, let us have a quick recap of what we have done in this session. We have seen we are dealing with the topic of beams and their supports. So we call a beam as a horizontal structural member which is subject to a transverse loading. That is, a beam is a horizontal member which is having a load with perpendicular to its axis. That we call it as a beam. So we have seen what are the different types of supports. Different types of supports are simple supports and fixed supports. That is, in simple supports there are two types of supports, that is roller support and hinge support. There is a slight difference between them. That is, when roller support is provided, the horizontal movement is possible. For hinge support, the horizontal movement as well as vertical movement are not possible, only rotation is possible. That is the difference. Similarly, at fixed support, both horizontal, vertical movements are restrained, and also there will be one moment which the turning is also restrained. There will be moment produced. Whenever we restrain any reaction or any movement, any turning, then there will be some reaction produced and also there will be some moment produced. So in the beam, whenever we have restraint, there will be proper equal opposite reaction to that restraint. That is, when we restrain a force, there will be some reaction force. When we restrain a moment, then there will be some restraining moment produced. So at any support there are three possible reactions. That is, the horizontal reaction, the vertical reaction, and movement. That is only three types of deformations or movements are possible. That is, the beam can move horizontally, or beam can move vertically, or it can turn. These three possibilities are there. Therefore, to these three possibilities, there are three reactions. That is, for for against the vertical movement, there can be vertical reaction. Against the horizontal movement, there can be horizontal reaction. Against the turning, there can be a movement. We have seen what are the simple supports. That is two types of supports: the roller support and hinged support. Similarly, we have seen a fixed support. In case of fixed support, the neither rotation nor translation is allowed. Translation in horizontal or vertical direction is not allowed. Therefore, there are at a fixed support, three possibilities are there. That is, horizontal reaction can be there, vertical reaction can be there, and also movement can be there. Since all these three are restricted, there can be three reactions. As we progress further, we'll keep the point in mind that there we we are not dealing with horizontal forces. Therefore, the equilibrium condition of sigma Fb we are not considering, because there is no horizontal force applied. There cannot be any horizontal reaction to that horizontal force. When there is no force, there cannot be any reaction. So we are disregarding this equilibrium condition, that sigma Fh is 0. So totally we can say only we have two equilibrium conditions, that is sigma Fb is equal to 0 and sigma m is equal to 0 in case of our beams. Then we have seen what are the different types of beam, that is simply supported beam, cantilever beam, fixed beam, continuous beam, propped cantilever, and fixed overhanging beam. These are all the types of beams which are there with respect to their support conditions. So when a beam supported on two simple supports, it is called a simply supported beam. That is, the ends of the beams are simply placed on support. They are not fixed. They are free to move. That is, their movement is not restricted, but due to vertical support, the vertical movement is restricted. As we are not applying any horizontal movement, we are not dealing with our RH or horizontal reactions. So since we are applying load vertically, there will be two reactions at two supports, that is RA and RB. So W, the weight, is shared by reaction A and reaction B. Since rotation is allowed, there cannot be any rotation at both the ends. So we are left with only two reactions which we are interested in finding out. Similarly, in case of cantilever beam, it is supported at one end and free at the other. That support is fixed beam. So we cannot simply put a beam on a one simple support. This is not possible in the nature. So it is against the natural law. Therefore we have to fix it. We have to hold it very rigidly so that the beam can be stable or static. So whenever there is a fixed support, there will be a vertical reaction and also the turning. That is, because vertical movement is restrained, and also there is a constraint for against the turning. So therefore reaction and also the movement are possible at fixed support. Since there is only one fixed support, two reactions are there. That is, one force reaction and one reaction against the movement. So MA will be there, MB will be there. Since the other end is free, there cannot be any movement at B or reaction at B. Similarly, overhanging beam is a special case of simply supported beam, where the beam is extended beyond the supports, either on one side or two sides. Then the solution is similar to the simply supported beam, except there will be some other forces beyond the supports. Continuous beam, when a beam is supported on more than two supports, then such beam is called as continuous beam. That is, when there are three or more supports, then we call that beam as a continuous beam. Similarly, fixed beam is a cantilever beam, similar to cantilever beam, but has fixities at both the ends. In case of continuous beam, because it has more than three supports, then we can have three reactions, RA, RB or RC for three supports. If there are more supports, then it will be, if three supports are there, three reactions, four supports are four reactions, and also the moments at the intermediate support. So it comes under the classification of indeterminate beam or redundant beam. Similarly, for fixed beam, there are two fixities, therefore four reactions, that is two reactions RA and RB at supports and moment MA and MB at supports. There will be four unknowns and two equations available. Then this condition also will become the redundant case, that is the statically indeterminate case. Similarly, for proper cantilever, we provide a support, a simple support under the at the free end. Then one support is fixed support, the other support is free support. It is a combination of simple support and simply supported beam and cantilever. Therefore, we have two reactions and one moment, that is moment at A at the fixity, reaction A at the fixed end, and also reaction B at the simply supported end. So there will be three unknowns and two equilibrium conditions. This also is not possible to solve by statically the conditions of static equilibrium. So therefore they are analyzed separately using some other concepts, some other principles. But simply supported beam, cantilever beam and overhang beam can be solved using the conditions of equilibrium. That is, in the first course we will try to solve the problems based on the equilibrium condition, that is statically determined beams. So with this we will conclude this session, and we will meet in the next session where we will do some problems. We will try to know the reactions of simply supported beams, cantilever beams or moments. We will try to calculate all those reactions for the beams. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you for being with me. Thank you.